not know this, but in April of last year, I got sent to juvie because I accidentally sent a bomb threat to my school. Now, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be asking, dude, how do you accidentally send a bomb threat to your high school? Well, it's actually not that complicated, okay? So the reason why I got sent to OAC, which is essentially my school district version of juvie, is because I made a TikTok where I supposedly made a joke where I was saying a terroristic threat. So for context, it was a video of me talking about how much I hated school, and I always, in all my videos, I want to have like an interesting hook in the beginning of it to like attract viewers to listen to it. So what I decided to do was to create like the craziest opening line that I probably have ever done in any single one of my videos. Yo, did someone just blow my fucking school up? Don't ask me why I said that. Just know that I probably wasn't in the right headspace. Now, originally when I said that, I didn't think anything of it because I was like, this is clearly a joke, right? Like, I don't actually think that I want to blow up my fucking high school, right? So obviously, I posted it and it went mega viral, got like 1.1 million views, and everyone saw it. And I didn't care that everybody saw it. I was actually extremely excited that everybody saw it because I was making so much money from it. I was getting hype in my room, so I made like $1,200 off that video, and I was just dancing, getting jiggy in the room, right? And I didn't think any of it. And so I read the comments, and all the comments were saying, yo, dude, you should write this video down. Your high school is gonna see this, and you're gonna be in big trouble. So I see these comments, and naturally my reaction is, I don't give a fuck. See, guys, something I realized about myself during my early stages of my content career, I was a little, like, to put it nicely, arrogant, and I had a huge ego. So when people were saying this, I just thought that nobody in my school would see this, and they wouldn't even do anything about it anyway. And I also said it had 1.2 million views. There's no way I'm deleting this video. It has so many likes. At the time, I was like, dude, how can I ever delete a video that has like 1.2 million views, right? So I'm chilling, right? Until I wasn't. So it was about like 2 weeks after I posted the video, and I'm chilling in my second period of health class, okay? And that class would be so I'm just on my phone doing notes, and so randomly I hear knocking on the door, and I was the door handler, so I would always get up and open the door for them because I was closest to the door. So when I get up and I turn around to look at the door, when I see it, you know, doors have that window in it. When I tell you, I saw 4 cops and the entire, like literally the entire principal office just standing right there at the door. I knew I was cooked. These just real plots in my classroom like the Avengers and Endgame coming out of the portals and stuff, bro. It was absolutely insane. So obviously they walk in and they're like, I'm looking for an Elijah on. And they said that. I was really gonna pretend that that wasn't me. I was like, is there an Elijah on? I don't know if that's me. But like they clearly knew who I was because when they asked the question, they literally just looked at me. I'm looking for an Elijah on. Well, just take me at this point. Like, why are you asking about where I am when you know how sweaty my eyes are? So obviously these dudes take me away. I'm being surrounded by police officers and principals, and these dudes are acting like I just pledged allegiance to ISIS or something. Like they were treating me like a goddamn criminal. So then these dudes take me in and they tell me what I did, and I knew what I did wrong. And look, guys, in no way, shape, or form am I trying to defend my actions. I entirely get that what I said was wrong. But I'm not gonna lie, that was some bullshit. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't even think I said anything that bad. I'm not saying that what I said wasn't bad, but I don't think it was that bad. Anyway, these guys decided to send me to 45 days of OAC, which is the Opportunity Awareness Center. It's juvie. So obviously they call my parents, I get sent home, and literally the day I get back, they say I get home. For some reason I decided to make an apology video, and now that apology video is a part of my intro. So I'm getting sent to OAC. And something that you guys gotta understand about me is I'm a bitch. Like I don't care if that's embarrassing to say. I am afraid of the unknown. I want to know what's going on because I know friends in OAC and I've never been to OAC. So when going into this, my vision of OAC was that it was like this dirty jail cell with like 1970s computers to do your schoolwork in, and they were just like buff 18-year-old dudes that had like tattoos and shit. Like I fully went into that building thinking I was gonna get my butt taken. Like I was genuinely terrified going into OAC because like, dude, I have the perfect specs of getting turned into a femboy. Like I got a big butt and a nice smile. My ass was a buffet at that point. Like if 6'4" Jacquees Roberts wanted to take my shit, he can take it. It's not like I can stop him anyway. Here, bro, you can just have it. Like that was the thing I was most scared about going into OAC. It was getting my butt taken by somebody like in the bathroom or something. You know what I mean? But like in reality, guys, OAC isn't that bad. Don't get me wrong. It sucks. Like OAC genuinely sucks. Don't go to juvie, guys. Actually behave in school. But like it's really not as bad as people say it is. Now the rules were extremely strict. It was basically like going to a military school. We had a dress code, and if you didn't meet that dress code, your day didn't count, or you had to spend your entire day in ISS, right? And also you couldn't talk to anybody. So when you're in the hallway, you couldn't talk to anybody. When you're at the cafeteria, you couldn't talk to anybody. And in class, you definitely couldn't talk to anybody. You had to sit down and do your work. If you didn't do your work, then you'd be sent to the office and your day wouldn't count. Like we had to pass through a metal detector every time we entered the cafeteria and every time we left or entered the school, and we also couldn't stay at school at all. Like as soon as school ended, we all had to leave, and if we didn't have a ride home, then that's your fault. Safe to say that juvie is not fun. It's not meant to be fun because it's literally a punishment. Now despite all that and despite all these extremely strict rules, OAC was fucking hilarious. Like there was a fight at juvie almost every week without fail. Like it literally was a World Star Fight compilation almost every single day in school. And it was so funny because most of these fights started for like the stupidest reason. I remember this one dude in my math class fighting the math teacher for making him do math. Like why are you fighting it? What do you want him to do, man? Not do his job? Like his dude was like, man, why the fuck you make me do math problems? Bro, I don't want to do this shit. Motherfucker, you're in math class. Like what is he supposed to do, man? Not teach you? Now obviously when this was happening, I didn't say nothing because like you know, like those kind of dudes, if they feel disrespected at all, they will beat the shit out of you. So the entire time this fight is going on, I'm just like listening in on what's happening. And no joke, you guys, this dude did not have a GPA higher than like 0.5. Like this dude was 17 years old getting mad at the teacher that could not solve 4 times 4. Like bro, at that point just start flipping burgers. You know what I'm saying? Like you are a lost cause, brother. Like 4 times 4? I was gonna talk about how stupid the people were there at OAC though, man. I was the valedictorian at that school with like a 4.3. I met people in there that had GPAs of 0.03. I don't even know how that is even possible to obtain. I honestly think that GPA is harder to obtain than getting a 5.0. Like 0 I can get. How the fuck do you get a 0.03? You think they'll allow me to put valedictorian at juvie in my resume or not? And the other thing about OAC too is that you will for real meet like some of the craziest people that you've ever seen in your entire life. Like I met a Nazi there one time, and this dude was just off the chain, dude. Like a lot of you guys might be saying, oh, you're exaggerating. No, this dude was like a full-on Nazi. Like the craziest part about this dude is that he wasn't even here for like hate crimes. He was here for vaping. Like we were in class, and this dude just leans over to me and being like, yo, dude, you know why we're in this institution? And I was like, why? The Jews? What the fuck? Like yeah, dude, all I'm trying to say is that mustache man was right, bro. The fuck? I had no idea why he was even telling me this information anyway. I'm Asian, dude. I'm not your target demographic for this information. Like, what do you expect me to do, bro? Elon Musk? Like, I don't know. The amount of pedophiles that I met there too was way more than it should have been. Like, there were 10 people at OEC that were there for being predators, and I don't know about you, but I feel like that's just way too many than there should be. I was friends with one of them, and I had like no idea until like the last week of my sentence when I finally asked him like what he was in there for. This dude was 14, he was in there for having sex with like a 6-year-old. Like, yeah, dude. What? And I had no idea either, because this dude was like a buff 6'5" linebacker that was into anime. So when this dude told me, like, what was I supposed to say? Yeah, man. They do that. Like, I don't know. It's not like I can say anything about it right then and there, because like I said, he's like 6'5", 240 pounds. He would literally sit on me and I'd die. Safe to say I did not talk to that dude anymore after that. I also have a ton more other stories to tell, but this is the one that I want to end off with, just because of the fact that it's my favorite one to tell. Something that OAC has is ISS, or in-school suspension, where you have to spend the entire school day in a locked room for the entire day, right? And how this ISS works is that there's one teacher in there, and all the students are in there, but the door is locked on the outside. So if you want to get out, the teacher has to open the door manually themselves, right? Super simple, super safe. One of these days, there was only one student in ISS that day. So it was just that one student and the one ISS teacher in a locked room where nobody could escape, right? So naturally you think nothing bad would happen. No, this student beat the absolute shit out of the teacher as soon as those doors were locked, dude. I'm talking beat it. Like, he beat the hell out of him, dude. So when I hear about this, all I see is all these cop cars and ambulances outside of the school. And I seriously, when I'm walking out of the class for bell schedule, I have to witness this dude being wheeled out in a stretcher by a bunch of police officers and ambulance workers. So, like, only in here will you find a student beating up a teacher just because they wanted to. And keep in mind, guys, this was my first week in OAC. Like, this was me just experiencing what OAC is like. So when I saw that, I genuinely pissed my pants. Okay, I didn't actually piss my pants, but I was extremely scared. Like, if that is like my first impression of what OAC is like, I gotta get out of here, dude. Like, this is not a safe environment for me to be in. Like, I want no part of what's going down on this school, bro. I'm gonna sit down, be quiet, and do my work.